It's no surprise that Disney extensively uses an array of color through its animated classics. However, most fail to recognize that this is purposely done so by the use of several different platforms in order to properly convey certain concepts and emotions to the audience. Hello everyone, my name is Sasha, and in this video essay, I will focus on showing you how exactly Disney movies use color to define the certain mood and nature of a film, yet are also able to portray a certain character's personality and their development throughout the storyline. So let's get right to it. In order to better understand a topic, it sometimes helps to juxtapose it with another that is its almost complete opposite. Disney sometimes does this by switching the colors used in a certain scene to alter its general mood. Let's take a closer look at what I mean by this when looking at the Pixar film Up and its first few opening minutes, the Ellie and Carl montage. I think we as a collective society can acknowledge that the first few minutes of this film are by far the most powerful and emotional moments in it. But what exactly makes this seem so? It's selective use of color. Notice how for the happier scenes of the montage, the colors displayed are bright and cheerful in order to parallel Carl and Ellie's love and joyous life. However, we can all attest to the fact that life isn't always like this. So to give the audience a more raw and relatable feel, Up creates a sharp, contrasting color and mood when mirroring parts of the montage, such as the doctor's office scene. Another important use of color can be one that conveys the general nature of a film. This is done in order to introduce the audience to the overall pretense of a certain film. Certain examples, such as The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Ratatouille, and The Incredibles, exclusively use a more hued-down palette in order to not just parallel certain mature concepts or issues seen in films, such as how The Hunchback focuses on lust and sin, Ratatouille follows an all-adult cast that works in a strict restaurant setting, and The Incredibles revolves around a seemingly ordinary family that goes through relatable everyday problems. The concepts and issues highlighted in these movies can be humanized and seen through real-life events within our own reality. Unlike how in other films, Disney tries to strive for the exact opposite. Notice how films such as Zootopia, Monsters University, and Alice in Wonderland stray away from the use of darker colors, unless in specific serious moments, to apply to a more child-friendly audience. The last use of color that I wanted to draw your attention to focuses particularly on how Disney distinctively portrays colors through its characters in order to convey their personality or their development. For this part of the video, I want to exclusively use The Hunchback of Notre Dame and dissect how color is depicted through the main characters Quasimodo and Judge Claude Frollo. Notice how Frollo, a judge who is supposedly a walking symbol of what is good and just in the world, dresses in only black and red clothing. This obviously demonstrates his evil intentions as a villain. But Frollo also embodies the color red, which in this case represents hell, since the film circles around religious undertones. At the complete opposite end of the scope, Quasimodo symbolizes heaven, and is usually paired with shades of blue in order to accentuate his innocent and heroic demeanor. This juxtaposition is specifically seen through the score Heaven's Light and Hellfire, as both songs spotlight each character's essence through the use of color and song. Color also plays a key role in showing character development. Before the sanctuary scene, Quasimodo is reluctant to disobey Frollo once again. However, a simple light is shown on his face to highlight his change of heart as he hears Frollo's speech condoning Esmeralda to death. Keeping in mind what I previously said about how Quasi represents heaven and Frollo hell, notice how at the beginning of Frollo's speech, the sky is colored with only warm shades to symbolize Frollo's control and power over the events unfolding. Nonetheless, after Quasimodo decides to rescue Esmeralda, the sky's color is cut in half, allowing room for a set of dark blue hues, showing how Quasimodo is now as equally in charge of the situation as Frollo is. All in all, I hope after watching this video, you've learned something new regarding how Disney decides to use certain colors and palettes within their classic movies. Thank you for watching!